Hi everyone, it's Nicole and I'm here with another layout that I created at the crop. This is layout 17 of 22, so we're almost done. And then I'll start uploading some layouts that I'm creating right now, like in January. But I just want to get those up and going so that we can start fresh. So this page kit, when I took it out of the plastic bag, I had 3 photos and a bunch of scraps. So I'm going to put 2 photos together and then a photo by itself. And when I have a lot of scraps like this, I usually try to use the scraps pretty much in the size that they're in, or I just cut them down just a little bit. So I mounted 2 of my photos on that blue pattern paper, and then when I went to cut it around the photo, I was like, hey, that 3x4 card fits perfectly right there. And then I took this pattern paper to mat my other photo, and it really coordinated well with the photos because as you can tell, this is when we went tubing, and the photos had a lot of red, blue skies, and then there's a picture of my husband. I think he's wearing like a black shirt, so it really coordinates really well. Then I looked at another pattern paper that was within this page kit, and when I put it down, it was 6x12, and it really made the blue pop. And by doing that, that pretty much decided how this layout was going to go. I did have a white cardstock in the background, but you're not going to see the white at all because of that black cardstock. That's what kind of pushed me to go in this direction. Then I had a lot of 6x12, so I'm going to cut this yellow pattern paper to 6x6, and because I'm going to do that, instead of leaving one square that's going to be white, which I could have done, but I'm going to look and I'm going to find another pattern paper and I'm going to put it to the right of it. So while I'm finding a grid paper and I'm going to cut this down to fit, let me know in the comments down below, how are you doing in the new year? Have you hit the ground running? Are you creating tons of layout, or is it slow going? I've been creating quite a bit. I don't know what it is, right? It just goes from December 31st to January 1st, which is like you just sleep and it's a new year, but for some reason it just rejuvenates me and I just am ready to hit the ground running, and it's almost like life is full of possibilities again. It's the perfect time of year also to set yourself some goals and then try to achieve them the rest of the year. So let me know in the comments down below. So as you can tell, I ended up with the top part was some black pattern paper layered with some blue pattern paper, and then I put yellow 6x6, and then I put another blue. The back side was red. I probably could have done red if I wouldn't have had those red viewfinders, but because I had red viewfinders, I figured that they wouldn't pop as much on the layout, so I decided to go with the blue. Now that I have the base of my layout done, I just start building the embellishment clusters. I take everything that I had within this kit and I start dividing it into clusters. And usually the first place that I place my first cluster is next to my journaling. I love putting embellishment clusters next to my journaling, and in this case I'm going to put 2 clusters next to my journaling. I'm going to put one to the left and then right below, and it still makes that triangle because I have one next to my 3x4 card. Also had that die cut that said always equals us, and I like how it looks right in the center of the layout. Once I decide how my layout's going to go, I just start gluing everything down, because the more that you start messing around, you can spend hours on the layout, and usually the first way that I put it down is always my favorite. But if I wouldn't have had the background glued down, then I would have had to move all that, and then for some reason I can never place it the perfect way, the way I had it at the beginning. So that's why I glue down my pattern papers, and then as soon as I know what I'm going to do for my embellishment clusters, I start sticking those down. And while I'm doing that, just a couple of little announcements. On January 22nd to the 24th will be my third virtual crop, where we're going to do 10 hours of scrapbooking and we're going to get 10 layouts done. Now I'm going to span it over a weekend just because with my arm I just find it a little easier. I don't have the stamina that I had before I broke my arm. I'm trying to build it up. Plus my arm, I think scrapping for 10 hours straight would hurt. But I'm going to span it out between the 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And I think we're going to do 3 sessions, 1 of 4 hours and 2 of 3 hours. But that will go up for sale on January 8th. And then on January 15th, a week before, I'm going to announce all the challenges on the Facebook group. So you have from the 8th to the 15th to sign up for the Facebook group. And then on the 15th on the Facebook group for the virtual crop, the challenges will be there. So when you're doing your page kits, you know what kind of photos to look for and all that good stuff. It is so much fun. You have a bunch of ladies. We're all live. We're chatting. We're having a good time and laughing, getting a ton of layouts done. But the friendships that are being built, I think, is even more fun. When it starts, it feels like we're sitting down with a whole bunch of friends again. It's like someone's husband said, "Did you say you were scrapbooking? Because there seems to be a lot of laughter going on." I didn't know scrapbooking was so much fun, but it is. It is a community that just binds us together, and we have the same love of the same craft. And it just makes it so that almost instantly we can have so much to talk about, and literally we talk straight for 10 hours. There's hardly any lull. So that's coming up on January 8th, and it will take place on a special Facebook group. And it is $8, and you get 10 hours of scrapping. And a special shout out to all my new patrons: Joe Haynes, Gold; Patricia Hollis, Gold; Karen Stubbard, Bronze; and Maria Maresca, Gold. And that's it. That's going to complete this layout. If you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. If you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.